Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I got my light working this time. I charged it ahead of time. Um, Let me do it this way. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Oh gosh, I didn't get my watch. Oh well. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. But I have a poll up and I have a question and answer that's up right now. So the poll that I have for you guys, have you ever rushed God and then when you got what you wanted and then like you didn't want it, you know? So basically, have you ever rushed God and then when God, like when you got it, you was like, I don't want it no more? Have that ever happened to you? Just put yes or no. Just want to know if that ever happened to anybody else. And then I have a question and answer. What does it mean to wait on the Lord? So this is what we are going to talk about today. Today is basically we're talking about waiting and what it means to wait. Okay. I feel like everybody has their own persona of their own definition of what it means to wait. And we're just gonna go straight into it. After I talk about what it means to wait with you guys, I'm going to just, go simple, straight in of 10 scriptures that really revolve about the waiting on God. This is on my screen. Okay. About waiting on God. And then we're going to answer the questions. And I have like two quick reminders for you guys. And that's really it. Like today is really simple. It really is. I'm not trying to hold you guys on this Friday because it is kind of muggy outside. And I'm in the mood to watch a movie and just relax. So I don't want to hold you guys on a Friday night. So we're just gonna get straight into it, okay? So I'm just gonna first ask, um, what does it mean to wait on the Lord? So we could go ahead and answer this one first. So if you guys are able to put in the chat, what do you feel for your mindset and your thought, what it means to wait on the Lord? And I'll wait. In the midst of you writing, I believe that to some, it may mean like to spend time with God in prayer, writing and reading, and then seeking God. So for some people, that's probably what they think that it means to wait on God. And I think for others, it means like having a stand or a standstill firm stand still with God on what God has already spoken to you. So basically, if God told you not to do something or to do something, you feel that, okay, that's what that means by waiting. Okay. So if either one of those is what you believe waiting on God means, let me know. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you what I believe what that means. Okay. I believe that it means the promise and prayer with our Lord and work and walking with him in faith. So there's really no right or wrong answer for this. Everybody has their own opinion when it means or what they feel like it means to wait on the Lord. But when I say like the promise and prayer, that means like it's not the fact that he told us something, the fact that he promised you something. Like there's so many scriptures to where God said, I will do it. Give it to me. I got it. Give me your burdens. Stand still. I will take care. Those are promises. That's coming from his mouth. So that means that it's going to happen. Like it's in scripture. So I'm not saying that praying, writing, and reading and seeking him is all wrong. Those are all correct. But I know for sure, for me, I know that when he promised that he's going to do something, no matter how long it takes, no matter what's happening, no matter what's going on, it's going to come to pass. And I rather go off of a promise than go off of anything else. So that's what it means to me. So I'm gonna wait a little bit until y'all tell me, or until y'all let me know what that means for you guys. And then once again, don't forget the poll up there because at the end of all of this, I want to see how many people have ever rushed God. And then I'm gonna tell you one of my testimonies, and then I hope you can tell me yours. It's gonna be a long passage, just simple and sweet. Just hey, I did this, blah, blah, and then boom, or I pray for this, just whatever. So we can have communication going on here because I know it's, we're not in person. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right. So first, I'm going to talk about the 10 scriptures that I found that talks about waiting on God. And it's really simple, sweet, and short. It just goes straight into it. Okay. Okay. So this one is Psalms chapter 33, 20 to 22. So Psalms chapter 33, 20 to 22. Our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. For our heart is glad in him because we trust in his holy name. Let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us, even as we hope in you. Okay. And then I'm going to go to this one is one of my favorites. So simple. This is Psalms chapter 46, verse 10. Be still and know that I'm God. That's it. That's it. That is literally it. Be still and know that I'm God. That's it. What more do we need? Like you got to trust in him. Just trust in him. Another one, Lamentations chapter 3, verse 25. And I'm saying the chapters and the verses so you guys can always go back. I want you guys to always go back and just, if you ever want to do your research, if you ever be like, okay, that scripture stood out to me, go back and read it for yourself, more of it. I just took a little skim out of it. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. So I'm going to say that one again. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. If you seek him, you'll find him. Let's see here. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with the wings like eagles, and they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint. That's a good one too. This one is another one of mine. Psalms 24, chapter 24, verse 14. I said 24. I'm sorry. Psalms chapter 27, verse 14. I'm like, that didn't sound too right. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. So I know it's hard. Like, it's so hard to wait. I know it is. But I'm telling you guys, it's so much easier. Because I'm telling you, my testimony that I have to share today, I mean, it's an old one, but And then let's see, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 18. And then I'm going to hold off on this and I'm going to go straight into another passage. Now, this is something that was on my heart that I had to tell you guys today. Is Isaiah 30, verse 18. Therefore, the Lord waits to be gracious to you, and therefore he exalts himself to show mercy to you. For the Lord is a God of justice. Blessed are all those who wait for him. Now, this is what, when I get into this one, the Bible, I believe that, and not even believe, it's in our face, plain as day. The Bible tells you God, okay, let me just say like this. God loved us so much that he made a book to warn us about the things that are to come. He made a book to protect us. He made a book to help us. He is like, it's an escape plan from sin. That's how I look at it. And I feel that a lot of people, because it's a book you got to read, I don't want to read this book. Just tell me. So I feel like that's why sometimes, no, I'm not going to read the scripture to get then faith and then wait. I'd rather take the easy way out and then ask God instead of reading. I don't want to read. Let me just ask him and have him give me the answer. It's because I don't want to go through all that reading. I don't feel like doing all that reading. I want my answer now. And then I feel that when we don't get the answer, that's when we then make mistakes. That's when we then rush. When people say, I've heard a lot of people say, I'm sorry. Let me see. I think somebody is sending a chat. I am so sorry, y'all. I couldn't see it because this stuff was in the way. Bear with me for 1 second. I could not say. I don't know why that. Thank you. Move. Thank you. Sorry. Like, why was it there? All right. My definition waiting would be as simple as in all area. Don't make in movement until instructed. However, you hear from God. Okay. Yeah. So basically, you're saying to be still. To be still. That's your definition of waiting. Don't move until God tells you to move. Yes. Yes. And so I think once we don't get our answer, we then make mistakes, right? So this came to me today. The Bible tells us what to do, which is what I just said. It give you avenues and ways to go about life. And we choose not to read or listen. We tend to rush our blessings, and that's what puts us in a bind. That put us through unnecessary pain, trauma, like we go through heartache, we get in trouble and all that stuff. Like, it was never meant for us to go through all this if you would have just waited. I know that the people that are watching and people that will soon watch after this is over, everybody has been in a situation to where they rush God. And then there was a time that when you got what you wanted, you was like, this ain't what I thought it was going to be, God. And then you get mad at God. Like, God, why did you bring him here? Or why did you do this? Or why? Well, no, if you would have waited, ma'am, sir, that would have never happened. And I'm just using that for example. There are so many different avenues that we could talk about, but I'm just using that for example. Like, we then get upset with God and ourselves and disappointed and then feel that God is attacking us or nothing's right in our lives. It's the decision that you've made. So don't take it out on God. You decided not to wait because you wanted to rush his plan. And then I've heard people say, and it's just my own opinion here, and I gotta say that because there's a lot of people that I do speak out to other people, and I don't want people to feel like what I'm saying is all the way true. I don't know everything, okay? And have had a lot. Like, today has been a day I've had a lot of people ask me about my spirituality and the things that I'm doing for the Lord, and I'm like, look, before I give you my advice, I'm gonna let you know now I ain't perfect. I'm just giving you my advice, and it might be wrong, okay? But and so I'm saying that to say this. When people say your blessings are blocked, I don't believe our blessings are blocked. I believe we prolong them. I don't think there's a such thing as blocked blessings because it's already been written. Our story has already been told. So if I was to take the left route, the right route, the wrong route, the one that got potholes, the one that got dents in it don't matter. Whatever route I had chose to take, because God gave us free will, my destiny is already written. So my blessing is not blocked. I just prolonged because I didn't wait. So if I had not choose to rush God, I would have already received my blessing on time. Right? So sometimes we get upset with with God, and blame God because, well, God, you did this. And, if it wasn't for, if I had never, like, God, why me? If it wasn't for this, you rushed. And I believe that sometimes when we tell God, when we ask God for an answer, confirmation, and when we don't get it, we tend to go, you know what? That's not enough for me. I got to go find out myself. And he'll let you do it because he's giving you free will. He's going to be with you in the midst of doing that and making that wrong decision, that mistake. But like I tell everybody, every decision has a consequence, whether it's good or bad. And he's going to let you have it. And we tend to just go, well, he didn't answer me. But sometimes by God not answering, that doesn't mean that he's not hearing you. That doesn't mean that he's not there. That means no, not right now. And then that doesn't just necessarily mean no. That could just be, and not a rejection. That could just be a way for you, hey, let me keep you safe here. Because if I would have told you yes, I know I'm God, that you would have made that wrong decision, then that would have caused that problem. And then that would have came with that problem. So I didn't answer you because if I knew if I said something at that moment, you might have taken the wrong turn. Because think about it like this. Sometimes when God do tell you an answer, we still do our own thing. Ain't that crazy? Like, God would tell you no. and you go, nope, nah, I'm gonna do yes, and then get mad at the ending results and then blame God. Or it could be times to where God will say, I'm sorry, it could be times where he may not even say no. He just might not say anything. And then you take it upon yourself and go, well, I think he meant that's no. No, that don't mean no. That just mean be still. That mean wait, patience. Don't go, be still. And sometimes not having an answer is an answer. But we be so deep in the flesh, and I tell y'all, we fight our flesh daily. We be so caught up in the flesh and not thinking more spiritually as we should. It's like, well, he didn't say I can't do it. Well, he didn't say you could either. So what are you doing? You're still not listening. You're still doing what you want. Just because he didn't say nothing don't mean that you're supposed to do it. You know? So I think that's one of the reasons that this generation, and not even this generation, that people as, as a whole, as society, we just choose to make our own decisions. And yet we then go and say, well, Lord, it's your will. Really? Is it? Because if it is, then you wouldn't be in a situation. Because if it was God's will, you would have picked up that Bible and you would have read in that scripture where it said to wait, be still, for I am God. But you didn't do that. So it couldn't be in the will, because then you would have known not to do that. You would have waited. So that's what I believe that's what's going on right now. And then I also believe that sometimes, when we don't get what we want in prayer, we tend to lose faith and we start to doubt. Then we just do whatever. Like, we just be like, God ain't listening to me. He ain't hearing me. I don't know why. What's the point of being a Christian? What's the point of me doing all this if I ain't getting none in return? What's the point of all this stuff? And why? And now it's just like, calm down, because we've all been there. And let's not judge. I've been there. We've all been here. And once again, everything that I tell you guys is things that I've been through. Okay. I would never lie to you guys, or I would never preach something to you guys, or bestow something on you guys, and then I never been through it. Because no, I can't honestly, tell a testimony or even something that I want God to say to me, for you guys to hear, and it's not true. I can't do that. So we've all been through that. No one can say, no, I never. Yes, you have. We've all been through that point where we doubted God. Yes, we have. And when we've lost faith. Yes, we have. Okay. We're humans. So it has happened. But then, you have to remember, if you're going to sit here and call yourself a man of God, a woman of God, a Christian, and whatever name that you give yourself, whatever title that you have on earth here, you have to also understand that when you lose faith, of course you're going to be attacked. But do you always notice that every time you lose faith, God will send somebody, or God will send a confirmation, or like you start seeing things, you start hearing things, you start noticing things, and it's like, God, I know that's you. And then he's trying to get you back on track. Like, hold on, baby. Hold on. I'm still right here. And then you start getting back on track. Like, don't that make you feel good? So basically all I'm saying is, y'all, we should just wait. We should just really wait. Okay, so we gone over that. We gone over that. Let me see here. I got to ask you guys a question in 1 minute. Okay. Actually, I'm going to answer that next. I'm going to ask you guys that next. Because I told y'all it's really sweet and simple. This one is. So I'm just going to give a quick reminder. I have 2 quick reminders. And then we're going to get back to the scriptures, because I think, like 4 more. Okay. So this is just something that I want to remind you guys. And I'm going to start doing these little reminders, because everybody is going through everything and their own thing in life. Nobody's perfect. I'm telling you, we are getting attacked left and right. Everybody's trying to find a way. Don't nobody have the right answers. Can't nobody really tell you what to do. We're all just living the best way that we possibly can. Okay. And that is perfectly fine. Number 1, stay silent. Just stay silent. I've learned just from this past week, to stay silent with a lot of things. It's not that you're being mean to people, but it's a boundary that you have to protect with yourself. And this is something that you and God have to have one like within one another. Like, just stay silent with certain things, because everybody do not wish for your greater good. There are a lot of people that are wishing on your downfall. And I think the first time I heard this was from a prophet, and I did not believe him. That, there were people, he actually told me there were people that were really close to me. Because at that point, I was very naive, and it's okay. We've all been through it. I was very naive, and I thought that everybody that was around, even the person I was dating at the time, really cared and loved me. And it was the opposite. And it's like at that peak of 2019 and 2020 is when I started to mold into what God wanted me to be. So definitely, it is true that people do prey on your downfall. You really have people, family members, friends, coworkers, whatever you want to call them, that literally wish bad on you. So if you don't say anything, they have nothing to wish on. They have nothing to talk about. They have nothing to gossip about. So it's not that you're being mean, because it could even be your best friend. You're not being mean. Like, I don't want to tell this, I want to tell her that. No, no. It's basically, I have to stay silent, because certain things you just want, it's just precious to you. And you just really want you and God to know. Just you and God have that one-on-one. And if a person can't understand that, then that should tell you something anyway. But everybody have a couple of precious jewels in life that they just don't want nobody to know. And that is okay. And, certain things you just want to be silent about. And I also think that silent is like, it's peaceful. Like, I ain't got time arguing. I know you guys don't neither. Like, nobody who want to argue. I don't feel like arguing with you. My voice is already raspy as it is, because I talk all day, every day. I talk all the time. And even outside of talking, I got people calling, texting, shadi. I'm tired. Okay. But at the end of the day, like, I don't feel like then arguing with you. Like, I don't got time for it. So I know nobody wants to argue about why they're choosing to do this or why they're wanting to do that. You don't have to. This is a season where you need to be quiet. You need to be silent. Now, you can tell people that you trust. Of course, put yourself and surround yourself around people that are genuine and that are pure. Like, they don't want bad on you. Like, no, I want you to win. Be around people like that. Attract people like that. That, just love on people like that really care for your well-being and care that like your mental space is free. Because you got people that want extra baggage. They want you to be piled up and jacked up and messed up, crying and cursing and drinking and smoking. They want the worst for you. So you got to be careful. So stay silent. And then the second thing I want to remind you of, the family you create, because this sometimes go over. Sorry, y'all. I love y'all, but it go over. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. Please. Y'all got to understand this. I've had two men ask me the same question. And I said, if you don't get off my line, the family you create is more important than the family you come from. Okay? So why? And I'm going to break that down. That means when you make a seed, okay, and you have a baby, that means this precious baby comes before your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your aunt, and these other scattered, friendships and siblings out there. They come before all of them. Okay? And it's not you saying, oh, forget you, forget. No, you don't have to be like that. But what I'm saying is they come first. So the needs, the necessarily things that you need and that your family need, that you just created, that you laid down and created, that you took upon and said, yes, that's my child. That's my baby. You can't say that, but then don't do what you're supposed to do. I've had multiple people, like I've heard both sides, and I disagree 100%. I've had people tell me, well, my mama gonna be my mama. You get one mama. Okay, yeah, but when she, God forbid, when she die, who gonna help you? Because you'll be in a nursing home. Because I know for sure my kids gonna take care of me. I already know that. I don't need nobody to tell me that. I know Marla and Cass, they got me. I know for sure they got me and they got their aunt. I'm not throwing salt. I'm just being real. I know my sister's watching it. I know you know daddy too. I'm sorry, child's father, but I'm just being honest. I know in my heart, I know this. They got me and their aunt for sure. If Marla ever become famous, I promise, or get money from playing basketball, I know for sure I'm set. Not saying I care for that, but I'm just saying. Because kids feel. Kids know the truth. You can disguise all you want. And that's why my dad always told me, you can't lie to a kid. The truth could never be a lie. You know? So I'm saying this because I care that some people out there, and some men, and a lot of women say it too. Oh my gosh, it's crazy that they really believe that their mother, yes, she made you, but she made you to move on. She made you to flee, not to stay in in proximity of her household, or or here or there. No, you were meant to raise you. You become adult. You have your kids. You multiply, and you go on about your life. Yes, you could take care of your mom. Your mom, baby, can you pay a light bill, baby? Of course, that's fine. That's okay. Help family when need. But what I'm saying is, your kids come first. Your kids, and it's sad that a lot of people really believe that the family they came from come first before the kids. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, my mind can't even adapt to that. And it never will, because I don't believe in it. I can't. So I pray that you guys really understand it, because I'm gonna tell you right now, you will not prosper. You will not grow if you don't take care of your kids. I'm telling you. Or if you not even your kids, like just the family that you are within, even if you're married. Let's say you're married and you don't have kids. If you don't take care of your wife, you don't love your wife and pour into her and protect her and cover her and provide for her and lead her, you ain't about to prosper, honey. Same thing with a woman. If you don't protect that man, that godless, strong of a back man, girl, you tripping. He's like, I don't get it. I don't get, like, a lot of people have, their blessing is in their face and they still don't understand it. They're so blindsided. Like, you have a family, or you had a family, you lost it. Oops, I'm sorry. Or you had a wife, you had a husband, and you lost it. I'm sorry. Because you're so blinded by society. You're so blinded by the flesh. And then we get mad at God and say, well, he never gave me. Yes, he did. I remember God told me, I used to say, God ain't showing my husband. God told me my husband came around 3 times. My husband came around. God loved me so much. He said, all right, Shadi, I'm going to try again. Came around. I said, I don't want him. Came around. I don't want him. So I said, God, the next dude you send, hey, we in it. We in it. And this time I'll know, because I'm smarter and I have more discernment. Because see, that old Shadi, that's a different person. And we all been through that. We've all been through it. We have all done a person wrong, or we have all missed out on a good blessing with a person. Meaning we've came around a woman that was good to us and did wrong, or a man that was good to us and did wrong. We gave up on people because we judged them on their clothes. We judged them on what type of car they got, what type of house they live in. We did all that and didn't even know the person for sure. Okay, we've all been there. I've done it. And it's okay. The things that you learn from it. And then now the next time he sends somebody, you know how to move. Okay? So please, the family that you come from is not important. Not more. They're important. So I'm sorry. They are important, but not as important as the ones that you made. I'm gonna be real with you, because my kids come before anybody. Well, not God. Now, until I get married, because this is the question I'm gonna ask you guys, and they said we're gonna go back to this question. This is a real question here. Until I get married, yes, it's my husband. My husband, in the Bible, your husband and or your wife comes before the kids. Now, see, because there's a debate. There's a lot of debates out here where people say, well, no, my kids come before my man. Because when your kids get married and they leave and then they get married and got their family, you still stuck with your husband. So you got to think smart. Don't just think for the in now. You got to think smart down the line. You understand me? So I've always been a firm believer. I don't play. Anybody that knows me, I don't play with a good man. I'm not doing that, because I know what a good man is. My daddy is a great man. I know what a good man is. Okay. So and also vice versa, a woman. And then I'm talking to the ladies too. Same thing. Y'all, you know better. Number 3, do not worry about society pressure. No one has the right answers. and do the best that you can and keep God at the head of your journey. So do not worry about society pressures. And I'm going to use this for example. There's a lot of people, I've been asked this question as well, which I'm getting tired of answering. There are a lot of people that are asking me, why am I still single? How are you single? There's no way you're single. I'm like, okay, do you want proof? What do I got to send you? A shadow? There's no one here. Okay. Like, no, I am. And then, or even women will ask me, girl, let me hook you up with this person. Let me do it. Yeah, no. See, no, I don't want to fall into society, because society makes you feel at a certain age, you have to be married. You have to have this. You got to have that. You got to have that. Listen, you don't need none of that. Okay. That you if you want it, you do, but you don't need it if you don't want to. It's okay. If you don't want to be married, you don't have to be. If you don't want kids, you don't have to have it. I'm tired of society pressuring people into having babies when they don't want to, when they're not ready, when they're not married, and you're trying to pressure them. You know, like how they do that little meme on, Thanksgiving time. When your aunt asks you, okay, baby, so you got a new man this time, or when you're gonna have kids, or when, you always got the family members that try to peer pressure you into rushing your life for you. Don't do that. Live for you. Whatever suits you, you live for yourself. And if, as long as you got God at the head, and you doing right, and God is at the full front center of your life, you on the right track. So it don't matter what anybody else say, because I'm being honest, I get tired of answering these questions, y'all. Like, it is ridiculous, from men and women. Okay, there's one woman, she is just so sweet. I just adore her. She's so sweet, and I can tell she want to be my friend so bad. And she just messaged me randomly, how you doing? Oh, you're so pretty. You're so cute. Oh my God. And I'm like, well, thank you. And I can tell her self-esteem is just really low, and she wants to be loved, and she wants a friend, to just someone she could talk to, because she will talk your head off. And I'm like, I gotta go. But I really do want to, like, not being mean, but I gotta go. And you could just tell that she's trying to rush a lot, because she's so busy and worried about, well, I'm almost pushing 40, and I should have a baby by now, right? No. Don't rush that. Don't rush it. You wait. God will send you the right man. And when it's time for you to have that baby, you have that baby. Okay? So just, when it comes to society pressure, because I know that's a lot. Society pressure is like, woo. Because every time I'm around my family, it's the two same uncles that ask me every Christmas or Thanksgiving, what happened to that boy you were with the other day? And I'm like, well, uncle, come on now. I ain't with him no more. Well, when you gonna settle down? You too good. You look good. Why are you still? And I'm like, I'm waiting. Do you want me to marry a bum? Well, no. All right, then. So just wait. Like, stop. Just don't rush me. Don't rush me. And my sister, oh my gosh, like, I know when you get married, you're gonna have a good. Yeah, I am. Yeah, because they know I when it comes to a husband, I'm with it. And I know you guys out there, when it's something that you really want that bad or whatever, or certain things that you feel that society is like pressuring you to do, it kind of ticks you off, right? But we just wait. And that's what this whole thing is about. And I'm just throwing out little things here and there. That's all. Just to put you in the perspective of just waiting. That's all. Okay. Number 4. It is better to have one true friend than a bunch of friends who are secretly jealous of you. Okay. It is. I've had that one same burnt neck friend for the past 11 years. We done been through some things, y'all. I mean, our story is amazing. It makes me cry every time. I am proud of both of us. We've been through a journey. It is not like it was not easy what we had to endure. We've been through broke times together, to where we couldn't afford nothing to eat, and I was pregnant. But it was times I had my second daughter, and I didn't have money for milk. My best friend would, and this is another testimony. I'm not ashamed. My best friend would steal from her job to get milk for my second daughter, because I didn't have the money. So, you got to have that one true friend. You got to have that one true friend that is going to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? And so, I want y'all to know there are when you have a lot of people around you, you can't really hear clearly from God. Because sometimes people go, well, you got to fast. Yes, definitely fast. But sometimes you really don't have to. If you would just remove all of this, you can hear clearly. Because you got one girlfriend saying this, one saying that, then she talking about you over here. Then now this person, and then you're on a three-way call talking about this person, and it's too much drama, But when you got that one friend, it's simply you and her. You know she ain't telling, and she know I ain't telling. Simple. We've been, and it's a lot of things, man. I still ain't tell people. We've been friends for 11 years, and it's a book. I can write a book. She can write a book. We can write a book, and I guarantee you, it'll be New York's bestseller. You understand me? But I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, y'all really have that one true person. Have that one true person. Really do, because it makes a difference. Because and then the reason why I like to have that one true person, because if I tell her something, and if somebody else call me and they go, Sade, blah, 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 I'm like, oh, Emily must have said something because that's the person I told. Oh, so Emily thinks she's slick. But see, I never had that happen. Never had it happen. So that's what I'm saying. So you got to be careful around people as well. And always have that one true person, that one true friend that you can rely on. Okay. Number 5, go for it. Don't wait on others and stop living off fear. Just go for it. Let me tell y'all something. This past week, I was living off fear. Last week. Last week, I had anxiety out the butt, y'all. Like, I think it was Wednesday and Thursday, I had anxiety. Or was it last? It was last Wednesday and Thursday, or last Thursday and Friday. Y'all, I was aggravated. I was just mad. And my friend, she was here with me throughout the whole thing. Just calm down. Just calm down. And it was just so much because, you try to do so much, as a person. You're trying to get so much accomplished. And it's not for you. It's for the little kids that you made, them little kids, the little big head girls. And it's like, okay, I gotta do it. And I did it. So I am very, very proud of myself. Yes, I had anxiety, but let me tell you one thing I never did. I never doubted God. I never doubted God. And in the midst of me going through it, I kept praying about it. And I got it. I got it. I made a movement that I know people couldn't even do in months. I did something, actually not even a week, because it was Thursday or Friday. And Monday, I got the full answer. And that's how God works. That's how God works. If you are a faithful servant, God will give you what your heart desires, as long as you just do what he say do. Just do what he say do. And it's like, my friend could tell you, I was in shock. Like, I was like, no, this really happened just that quick. Everything's laid out perfect. Perfect. But God is saying, now, hold on now. I gave this to you. The next thing that's coming is going to be bigger. I already know what is coming. I know what's coming. That's why I'm excited. I'm so excited because I know what's coming. But what he said to me was, I gave this to you and I need you to protect it, because everybody can't come with you this. Everybody cannot come with you on this journey. This journey, this is a serious one. This is a private journey. This is a sacred journey. See, if you ain't on that level, but if they can't even come near you, they can't even have access. This one is more powerful than the other journeys. And I said, Lord, I hear you. That was it for me. That was it. I said, all right, I got you. That was it. So if he tell me you can't come, you can't be around, you can't be invited, you can't come about, you just can't. And I don't have to explain myself. You just can't come. Because I'm sorry, I've been waiting for years. And I know that there are a lot of others out there too. Like, I know y'all, there's some things that you guys been waiting on for years. And you like, Lord, it's almost here. And you just get so teary-eyed and just happy. And I mean, that day I prayed, I got on my knees and I told God, Lord, I am thankful. Like, yes, Lord, I am so thankful. Like, it's so much more to that story that I want to share with you guys, but I'm not going to, because like I said, this season is sacred. Only certain people, and it's not even a lot of people. It's not even a lot of people, because it's scary that, there's people that are so close to you in your proximity that don't want you to have what he has for you. And it's quite sad, because if we all just help each other and stop being in competition and stop being jealous and envious and gossiping and all this drama, we can help each other. But nobody really want to do that. Nobody really want to do that. Number 6. So this is a big one that I really want you guys to remember. I really do. You have to let it go. And I don't know whatever it is that anybody is dealing with. I don't, everybody has their own troubles that they're dealing with, but you have to let it go. And I know letting go is the bravest thing that you can do. And I know that the unknown is scary. The unknown is very terrifying and it is very scary. I got that, right? But if you want better, you have to change whatever it is that you're doing. And I remember God told me this, like, Sade, if you want better, I need you to move different. I need you to talk different. I need you to speak different. I need you to know who you are and stop. Because sometimes, I've had people tell me, Sade, why are you so humble? Stop being humble and you better let these people know who you are. And I know they don't mean it in that way. I know they mean it as far, because like I said, God talks to me. I see things, I know things. But sometimes I think that I ball it up. And where God is saying, no. I gave you that gift for a reason, because I know you're not going to abuse it. I know you're not going to use it. I know you're not going to, use it against people, and you're not going to harm people with it. You're actually going to help people with it because you care so much. That's why I gave you that gift. That's why I chose you. And sometimes we just harness it. Like we just be like, nope, I'm gonna put this gift and put it on the shelf. Nah, I'll come back to it later. No, you got to use it. You have to use it. Or sometimes we just feel like, well, if God ain't talking to me right now, then probably I shouldn't use my gift right now, because he's not saying nothing to me and I don't hear anything. So I'm just going to put it on the shelf and wait and come back to when he speaks, and then I'm going to use it again. But no, God is saying I've been here the whole time. Like, no. I never told you to put that gift up. You should have been using it the whole time. Don't ever stop using your gift, and don't ever stop what it is that you're wanting to do. Okay. So the unknown is very scary. And then we tend to keep the same cycle going because it's like, it's easier. It's familiar, right? Like, oh, this is so much easier. It's familiar. I know it so well. I want to stay here. And sometimes we have to be uncomfortable to get comfortable. I've been there so many times to where I've been in situations, and I know you have too as well, to where you've been somewhere and you're like, I don't want to be here. Gosh, I don't want to be here. But by me being there, it just opened my eyes to so much. And now I know what not to do to not ever get back there. You understand? So in order to, because sometimes you got to sit in some bull crap to know not to get into some bull crap. Like I got to sit in this dirt, grimy, nasty, sneezy place. But yet, you know what? It's okay. It's okay, because I'm learning. I'm quiet. I'm sitting here, I'm looking, and I'm seeing, and I'm being optimistic, and I'm observing everything. So now I know what not to do. Now I know not to ever do this again, so I can never get back here, right? So sometimes you have to go through certain situations so you won't never have to go through it again, or so you can get to a better outlet or a better point. And I believe that there are so many blessings that are on the other side of God, and you just need to take that step. So if you just take that step, I believe, and you let whatever it is that you're going through, if you just let it go and just take that step and have that faith, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I remember, let me tell you guys something, and just have a leap of faith. I was in a cycle. I was in like a crazy cycle for years, man. I'm talking about, it would be the same outcome over and over and over and over. I said, I can't do this, because I'm sick. Like I'm really sick of the same thing. And nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Same outlet. You still doing everything. You still doing this. You ain't get a break. I know your back hurt. I know your head hurt. I know your neck hurt, because you always thinking, you always all holding this big old head up like you got nobody to help you. And this, it was tiring. But God told me, if you want different, just let it go. Stop worrying about it. Let it go. And when you finally just say, I don't want to deal with this, I want better, because we all deserve better. We all are a child of God. We all deserve what God has for us, okay? So if you want better, you will think better and you're going to do better. And it's really all about you. Because I don't like when people blame God or say, well, it's the devil. The devil's attacking me. It's the devil. The devil don't, what are you talking? He's probably like, bro, I ain't did this one. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're about. I didn't do nothing this time. Like, no, it's really you. You're choosing. It's you. You're choosing not to take that step. You're choosing not to move forward. Because like I said, what I just got, or, the blessing that I received this Monday, I was afraid. And I really was. I was, my friend can tell you, I was on the phone like, I don't know if I can do this. Because let me see, I don't know if I can do this. I can't do it. And, she's like, yo, you can. Because look all that you've done. You cannot not tell me you can. Like, no, you can't. Come on, man, you can do this. And I said, you know what? I wiped my tears and I got my face right. I said, oh, it's okay. I can do this. I can do it. I got it. And so that's when I said, okay, I got it. And y'all, I kid y'all not, when I said I got it, God gave it to me in a day. In a day. I got it in a day because I told myself I got it. And sometimes we have to manifest in each, like yourself. You have to tell yourself, no, it's okay. I got it. It will be done. I will accomplish this. I will do this. Tell yourself that. So don't just sit there and just, wait on ands, if, maybe, but, a possibility. I could have, I should have, I would have. No, do it. Do it. Just take a leap on faith and do it. And I promise you, you'll feel so much better because you'll be like, oh my gosh, I did it. Oh my goodness. And then like you just get so happy, So definitely do that and take a leap on faith, and God will do the rest. So, guys, just lift your heads up and get excited for your beautiful new journey because it is a new journey. I will be starting a new journey. I am in a new journey. It's something new. It's something fresh. And guys, it started. It feels great. It feels different. It feels good. And I want you guys to know what that feels like. So whatever it is that you just feel like there's got a chain around your neck and just keep pulling and tugging every time you try to move forward and it's just pulling you back, just let it go. Let it go. All right. So I just wanted to remind that with you guys. Okay. And let me see here. We're going to go back to the scriptures really quick. Okay. And then that'll be it. After we go back to the scriptures. Oh, and the question I got to ask y'all. So I'm going to read the scriptures, but I'm going to put the question here really quick. I'm sorry. So everything's popping. I think it was a delay or something. Let me see. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. So I think it was a delay on the chats. I'm just now seeing it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. And yes, Mr. Booker, yes, that's correct. I'm glad that spoke to you. Mm-hmm. With the positive look, yeah, you got to have a good mindset. You have to be positive about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So definitely do that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, bestseller. Yes, that book. Listen, that book be coming up from shelves real quick. Okay, so another one, and this is just little scriptures, little simple, quick scriptures that's talking about waiting. Okay. I want to say Isaiah chapter 30, verse 18. Did I do that one already? Let me see. And this is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 18. Yes, I did that one already. Okay. Exodus chapter 14, verse 14. Exodus chapter 14, verse 14. Okay. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Simple. God is going to fight for you. Just be still. Let me see here. Psalms chapter 62, verse 5. And these are just little quick ones that I found, that I just dug up and wanted to present to you guys. For God alone, oh my soul, wait in silence, for my hope is from him. Isaiah 64, chapter 4. And we got one more. And then I'm going to ask you this question, guys. And I'm so sorry about my voice. Like I tell you, I talk every day. I know we all talk every day, but when I mean I talk all day. Isaiah 64, 4. From of old, no one has heard or perceived by the ear. No eye has seen a God beside you who acts for those who wait for him. And last one, Psalms chapter 130, verse 5. I wait for the Lord, my soul waits, and in his world I hope. So I'm going to put this quick question here, and then we're going to talk about one more thing, and we are done, guys. I think that was pretty simple, pretty sweet, Let me go ahead and see here. All right. So this is the question that I have for you guys. And then I'm going to go ahead and read one more quick reminder and I'm going to let you guys go. Who comes first? And you guys just let me know and we'll talk about it and move forward. Who comes first? The parents, the kids, or the spouse? Let me know. The parents, the kids, or the spouse? Who comes first? And matter of fact, if you could tell me your order, what's your order of who comes first? I'm going to tell you guys my order. I'm going to write it in the chat. So I'm going to say who comes first? Spouse, kids, parents. That's what I believe. Tell me what you believe. And let's talk about it. And I'll wait because it looks like the chat kind of was a little slow. So we already talked about this one, so we could end the question and answer. We can remove that. This will remove all questions and the question list. Okay, confirm. Okay, the spouse. Okay, so what is your list? So what comes after the spouse? What do you feel? And why do you think the spouse come first? Copycatter. No, I'm just playing. But yes. So we all on the same page. Even if we wasn't, it's okay. Everybody has their own mindset. Everybody has their own opinions. But I believe that, of course, the spouse come first. Like that's who you're married to. So, my man. And then the kids, because after we get done raising our kids, whether it's my biological kids or if it's his biological kids, because once I marry him, whatever child he has is now my child, and I will represent them and treat them as mine. We will take care of them, and then they will go on, leave the nest and do what they do. But I'm still love on my man. You understand? So my husband comes first, and then the parents, they in the back. I care for little mommy and daddy, and I care for my not my stepmom, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. They all good, But y'all can no, they're okay. Because they don't live their lives. They're about 60, 70, 80, probably 90. They live their lives. And they, a lot of older parents correct. Great scripture. Because I was one of the people that chose family that I came from for a point in time in my life and it's biting me in my butt right now. I bet it's hitting that booty hard. You understand me? Okay? But it's okay. It's okay. We got it. It's all right. It's okay. At the end of the day, the main thing is that you learn from it. Now, yeah, you're going to go through it for a while because that's what you chose, right? Like I said, every decision has a consequence. Your spouse, because that's your partner that helps your house when you fall, your kids can't help take care of a home and your parents have their own life and things to take. Correct, Mr. Booker. Correct. Yes, I'm loving these answers. That is correct. So, yeah, they just come first. I've had a lot of people, like I said, if we could go back to the question to where people believe that the kids come first, like, no, my man, my kids come first. So I know it was one woman, she has her own child and her husband has his own child, but then they have kids together, right? And so she was saying that the kids that she made, that is not her husband's, come before him. And I'm just like, what kind of nonsense? You married him though, right? Yeah. I mean, whole attitude and all. Yeah. I said, okay, I don't see why, but okay. Why he married you? Just by having conversation with you. I'm like, this is crazy. She already come up with animosity. Like she comes off like, nah. And I'm like, he like that? Okay. But she was like, yeah. And so I'm like, okay. So then she goes ahead and go, well, because what if, God forbid, I die and then something happened to my child? What if he don't take care? So then why did you marry him? If you believe you're nutball, and I'm sorry, y'all, I don't mean to call out names, but I take man, and I've never been married, but I love the concept of it. I take it serious because anybody knows me, when I get married, I ain't playing with y'all out here. Doses. I'm out of here. Number change and all. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, why would you marry a person that you believe if you were to die, he's not gonna take care of those kids the right way? Then why would you marry him? You wanna know why she married him? Because the more we continue to talk, she told on herself. Because she needed stability. She needed this. Because he had this. So that's why deep down in her heart, she knew, yeah, nah, he ain't gonna take care of my child like that. So then why would you marry him? Because she wanted stability. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people point of views, it's a little, because of the reason why they went into marriage. But if you went into marriage the right way, and if you read from the scripture, from what my Miss Holiday just put up, you would understand the right reason to go into a marriage, the meaning behind a real, holy, spiritually yoked marriage. So just by, I kept talking to her, and I was like, this conversation got to be void immediately. I can't. Let me see here. So your spouse, because that's all your partner. That's your partner that helps your. Oh yeah, I read it already. Okay, I'm sorry. I go through what I go through with God on my side. He can make my time long or short, but he will restore me with when he sees fit. Of course. That's right. Yeah, he gonna let you sit. Oh, you gonna sit. Yeah, and that's okay. No, I'm not saying it like you gonna sit. No, because I've been there literally where you at. I hated it like hell. And I can say that because I mean it. I hate it like hell. Okay. But what I'm saying is, I'm just letting you know, yeah, you're going to sit there. But the good thing about sitting there is when you get out of it, what do you do when you get out of it? And that's your biggest test. Oh, that's a big test. That's a big test. And you better not fail that test, because guess what he gonna do? Make you go right back and sit again. And if you fail again, guess what you're gonna do? Go right back and sit again. So I hope and pray that you are learning right now while you're sitting what to do when you get out of it. Because, and I said this in, I think, session 9, God will make you take a test over, and you will not go to the next step if you don't pass the test. I'm telling you what I know. You will not move forward if you don't pass that test. That test is going to haunt you daily. Every time you fail it, you're going to be mad at yourself like, dang it, I did it again. God darn it. Like, you're going to be so mad. But when you pass it, and you know what I'm saying? Like, right now while you're in it, you just praise him. Like, Lord, I thank you. I thank you for allowing me to be here. Because it's a reason. Because he got to prepare you for when that test comes. He has to prepare you. So when that test comes, oh, you better be ready for it, Mr. Booker. You better be ready for that test. Because when that test comes and you pass it, I promise you, you might even cry. You might even cry. I'm telling you what I know. And you know me. When I tell you, when I say I'm telling you what I know is what I know. You're going to cry. Okay, but you just got to pass that test. Let me see, Emily. It's honestly just a chain that could continue. You become the married couple on flesh, then you multiply and then they grow up and move. Correct. That's exactly what it is. So yes, that's why the spouse come first, your kids, and then the parents. Correct. Trust and faith in him, and what you're talking about waiting. My wait could be a long wait, but could be short. But I'm gonna work hard and wait on God. Trust to push the button. Yes, yeah. So yeah, that's fine. That's the point of waiting. So waiting does not mean anything bad. No one's saying, and I'm not saying that you're saying that, Mr. Booker, but I'm just saying, like, waiting does not mean bad at all. Waiting could be protection. Waiting could mean I got to prepare you. Waiting could mean so many things. There's so many avenues that waiting could mean. And just because he wants you to wait, it's not mean he's saying no. It could just be not right now. Or it could just be still. Same thing. Okay? So definitely When you wait, praise him in the midst of waiting, because that test gonna come, y'all. Let me tell you, I had a test recently and I passed it with flying colors. And after I called my friend, soon as I passed the test, I called my friend. I said, Emily, I did it. And she was like, yes, Lord. Because my best friend was tired of me failing the test. And I finally passed it. And she was so happy for me. Now, here's another quick reminder I want to let you guys know before I let you guys go. Don't let people in their ways change who you are, right? So don't delay your own blessings, because I don't believe blessings are blocked. And that's what I'm saying. How people go, oh, you block your blessings. That's not true, homeboy, because I serve a God that has my story already written. You understand? So my blessing ain't blocked. I just prolonged it. That's all I did. I'm going to still get it, but just not right now. Okay? But when I get right, I'm going to get my blessing. You got to let them know. So don't delay your blessing. You have to stay, right? Stay you and stay true to who you are. So just because, you don't like that person and how they're moving, how they're talking, the gossip in the line, the drama, it's okay. Don't worry about that. Don't allow them to become you. You got people who are jealous of you. You got people who are envious of you. You got people who are, hatred, mean. Just stay true to who you are and who God made you to be. All right. And just pray for them. You got to pray for them. Now, here is my question to you. Here's another question. Okay. Have you ever had people almost change who you are? And tell me about a time. Have you ever had anybody change who you are, or probably was like in the midst of changing who you were? So I'm gonna tell you guys one time, right? And then you guys let me know about yours while I know you guys typing. There was a time, listen, I was done so wrong. And I was about to become so cold-hearted and so bitter. And it was just to a point I didn't want to deal with nobody. I didn't trust nobody. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to deal with nobody. Like, people were like, hey, Sade. And I'm like, Like, I just wanted to just pop them. And they did nothing to me. But that's because of what one person did to me. I was so, like, ready to take that out on any and everybody. And so one day God said, you can't do that. You can't. Don't let this person who did you wrong change who you are. I never made you that way. That character trait that they got in them, that little flaw, because we all got flaws. No one's perfect. But that particular flaw that person has on them, that was never on you. And so just because they're not doing you the right way, or because, they done wrong by you, that does not mean you have to change who you are. And sometimes we tend to do that. And you ever heard like that saying when people go, you hang around a person, then how they come, like that habit, this to pick up, and you become how they're acting. Like if you never smoke, but now your friend's smoking, and then you around your friend and now y'all both smoking. That is absolutely true. That will happen. There was a time in college, I never used to curse. And I hung around this girl and she was cursing, like every other sentence was dun, 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 dun. I'm like, oh, like new words. Oh, I never heard this before. And I'm like, okay. And then I started using it. And then I started cursing, like, and I remember I went home and I was just talking to my sisters, and my mom, she was in the kitchen. I was just talking and she overheard me. She said, well, what did you say? And I said, oh, I'm sorry, Mom. And ever since then, I just stopped doing it. And I stopped, like when that person would curse around me, I asked them nicely, hey, around me, if you could just please stop using profanity, because I don't want to be a part of this. It's starting to roll over on me. And this is not who I am. Okay. And I respect that person because they stopped. It wasn't immediately, but I can tell they were trying, because when they would talk, they would just immediately go and bleep. And like she would bleep it out. So I'm like, okay, she would try. So I commend on that. But that is very true. So do not allow a person to change the ways that you have. Okay. And I remember my grandmother, I went to my dad for my 31st birthday. I was at my dad's house and I went to see my grandmother. And see, one of the reasons why I am how I am today is because of my grandmother. She's a very true spiritual lady. My grandmother would tell you stories that have you crying. I mean, she'll have you crying in the corner, rocking back and forth like this, because she will read you to filth. And I don't mean filth as in a bad way. I'm talking about she'll get you straight. I love my grandmother. And that's my dad's mom, by the way. And I went there for my 31st birthday. And I sat down with my grandmother, and my best friend had my kids. And my grandmother told me, she said, she said, I have all these grandkids. She said, I have all these grandkids. But she said, you my favorite. She said, now, don't tell nobody. Now, mind y'all, my grandmother lived in North Carolina. I barely get to see her. You know, I don't really see her like that. So for her to have told me that, and I don't even spend time with her like that, there's other grandkids that's really like in the same state as her. That's literally 5 minutes from her. And I would assume that they were her best grandkids because they got access to her. And for her to say that I was the one that was her favorite, you know, I'm like, whoa, grandma. I said, you know, grandma, why are you telling me? You know, why you telling me that? And she said, because it's your heart. She said, you are so genuine. She said, you was like this since you was a baby. And this is when my mom and dad, they got divorced. And I remember my dad, he was going through a hard time with money. And so my dad would give me what's it called? Money or allowance. He would give me an allowance. And I didn't spend it. And I would put it in like this piggy bank, and I'll put the money in the piggy bank, and I would hide it only where my dad knew it was at. Me and my dad, we always had this like chemistry, and we always had this spiritual this tie that me and my father has. Like my dad knows when I'm sad, you know, crying, all that. My dad just calls me, and he just knows, right? And so it was a spot in the house, in my grandmother's house, to where he only knew that Shadi only know about the spot. And every time I would leave, the money he was giving to me, I never spent it. I saved it. And one day I gave him my whole piggy bank, right? And it was like over $100 in there. I hope, because I didn't care for it. I just remember my dad got a divorce from my mom, and he was struggling financially. And as a kid, I'm a kid, y'all. And I didn't care about no toys. I don't care about none of that stuff. I said, my daddy got to have money. My dad, because I just loved him so much. And my dad found it. And my grandmother said my father started crying because he never thought that a child, the mindset I had as a kid, knew to do something like that, or even just thought to do something like that. So she brought it, because I forgot about that story. It was years ago. And when she brought it up, I was like, oh my gosh, I remember. And she said, you are my favorite because you're genuine. And she told me, don't ever let nobody change your way. She said, I know you've been through some things. And my best friend could tell you, I started crying. Because how my grandmother know that? I don't call my grandmother and tell her I done got cheated on. I done got, you know, this person did me wrong. This person lied to me. I don't do that. Like, this is my grandmother, you know? So for her to tell me about things that happened in my life and told me that's why God chose you, because of your heart. Y'all, I bust out crying. And my friend over there looking, she just looking like, but I just bust out crying because I just, that just tells me that, you know, I know God was talking to her to tell me this. And so what I'm saying is, y'all, don't let people change who you are. You know, so don't delay your blessing. It ain't blocked, but don't push your blessing back, okay? Because of how people are acting towards you. And that story will always stick with me. Let me see here. So, okay, so that was the question there. And then waiting. I'm gonna tell y'all this testimony of waiting, and then we're good to go. I'm gonna let you guys go, okay? Because it's been an hour and 8 minutes. Like the question I had asked y'all, was there a time to where you asked God about something and you told God, you know, I want it, and you rushed and you didn't listen to him, you didn't wait, or you didn't hear anything, and you just still went and did it. And from the looks of it, all of you guys said yes. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to tell you a time, and if you want to share a time, that's great. Now Emily shared one. I was almost in a situation. I was allowing another person and how they were to make me reflect on myself. I was analyzing my own self, seeing if there was something that I needed to change, but it wasn't. Exactly. Right. So there was something wrong with that person, and you was just seeing, you see, no. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just, yes, that is, I understand that. And the reason I'm saying, because that happened to me before. So I can relate. Someone helped me change for the better. Okay, that's right. Yeah, and that's good that somebody did. Yeah. Now the testimony I've had, and I think some of you guys probably will notice. Since I was 16, I was told that I could not have kids. I had a broken fallopian tube, right? And I would go to the doctor every time. So they told me, you can't have kids, you can't multiply, you can't have a baby. So I'm already pissed because I wanted a family. I want to be married. I want kids. And so I didn't know who I was or who I am today. I did not know this. And I told God, if by the time I'm 25 and I don't have no kids, God, I'm done with you. God, this. And I was mad. I kid y'all not. As soon as I turned 25, my first daughter came, Samala came, and I got pregnant again. And then, my friend was there, like, when I found out I was pregnant the first time, we was in shock. Like, both was like, how? You sure? Because she can't have kids. Like, I've been told this since I was 16. We done did tests. I done got shots. Like, I have a cyst that blocks a lot of, a lot of things. In my fallopian, there's a tube, just for men, just to let you know, there's a tube that our eggs go through to make a baby. One of mine is damaged. The other one is lopsided. So how, like, it's like this. It's supposed to be like that. So how did the egg get inside if it's like this? So that, I'm just letting you know, that's God, okay? And when I went for my OBGYN, even the second time I was pregnant with Cassidy, the woman said, how did you get pregnant? And I said, you may not believe me, but higher power. And she looked at me and I looked at her. Like, what else you want me to tell you? I'm not lying. I don't know. You see the chart. It says I can't have kids and I'm pregnant here today. So what you want to believe? The belly or the chart? Like, I'm pregnant, So she's looking at me. I'm looking at her. I'm like, yeah, God. And so ever since then, that was it. Now, there was a couple other things I said, but not as serious as that. Like that one, I said, God, I'm done with you and I am done. I mean, he said, all right, okay. He had something to show me. Literally, that 25th year, pregnant and wobbling and all. So I definitely say that to say, wait. And because I rushed that process, now I am a single mom. I love my kids, but my kids were not supposed to come the way they came. Okay. And not even just I'm not saying a single mom is bad. Like, I'm not saying, I'm the single mom crew. Not like that. I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is, if I had waited and not had rushed God and got upset with God and lost faith and chastised God and talked bad on God, I would have been married and had my kids the proper and right way. Okay. So that's what I'm saying about waiting. I did not wait because I was upset about the news I heard. But see, and that's another story in itself. Just because a human tell you can't do something, there's someone higher that tells you can. All you need is one yes. And I've been told this for years. You can't have kids. And God said, lie, she can. And I did. Okay. So if that's not a testimony and proof for you guys, like, God, he's real. And what you say is real. What you put out there is real. He hears it. And I was in shock. Like, I was in shock when that doctor came in the room and said, you're pregnant. I thought I ate a bad turkey sandwich. I thought I had a flu or maybe gaining weight. I did not know. But I was like, there's no way I could be pregnant. And I was. So that's what happened. And, if we just tend to wait on God, because God was not saying, no, you can't have kids. That's what people said. That's what humans said. That's not what God said. They said you can't do it. So what I'm saying is, just because we hear bad news or just because things not going our way, don't mean that we take it out on God. Because that right there, if I would have waited, I'm telling y'all what I know. I would not have been going through the things that I've gone through. I would not have been struggling. I would not have had these, and I'm not coming for anybody, but these men that don't do what it's supposed to do. I would have had a whole husband out here that's doing what he's doing. My kids would have been in one house, like, not saying one household, but, everything would have been formed the right way. Okay? Just saying. Now, whatever happened, it happened. Okay? And that doesn't mean that God is saying, okay, what happened? So you're done. Your life isn't with you messed it up. You're done. No, not saying that. You're going to get what he has for you. Your life has already been written, but it would have been an easier avenue if you just wait. It's easy access if you just wait. I went through unnecessary pain. I went through unnecessary drama. Me and my friend, she would tell you, Like she went through it too. No, she wasn't carrying the baby, but during her pockets were burning. Like like I'm saying, like we've been through it. We've been through it together. So we've been through an unnecessary stuff. If I had just watched my mouth and waited. And so I'm telling you guys this, please be careful what you say. Please, because God hear it. And if you don't dare do what I did, I would never do that again. Because I said some things that I don't even want to repeat. But God know now I would never say it, but he showed my behind big time. Yo, you want to have a baby? All right, cool. So I'm going to just get you pregnant by anybody. And he showed it. He showed it. He definitely did. And and I'm saying he did it as far as like, I laid down. But what I'm saying is he showed me. I am God. Okay? So definitely, you guys, just wait. I know you want it bad. I know you need an answer now. And I know you're rushing and you itching to do it. But just wait. Just wait. Because that's just like how I was with a house, with my house. I was just so busy. No, I got it, God. I don't get it and just going all crazy. I'm like, but hold on, Sade. Think about it, Sade. Remember last time you had got it, but when you got it, you didn't want it. And I'm not saying I didn't want my kids, but I've been through I struggled with them kids. I struggled hard with them kids. It was horrible. I've been through some things. If I had just waited. And so, even with the house situation, baby, I just need you to wait. It's coming. I just need you to wait because it's something you don't know that I know. And he knew if she don't wait, she gonna get into this mess. And I want to protect my child, but my child got to learn to understand I am God. Don't you dare chastise me. Don't you dare talk bad about me. He don't play. So I learned my lesson. And now was he with me through all of it? Yes, he was. He never let my hand go. My hand got a little weary. He picked it back up. My body got a little weary. He held me back up. My neck get a little weary. He fixed it back up. My crown was tilting, but he straightened that sucker out quick. And look at me today. I have encountered so many things. I tell you, I don't stay stagnant. Every year I'm moving bigger and better. Bigger, better car, spacious, all this stuff. House, bigger, better move. Like business, bigger, better. You got to think like that. You got to move like that. Okay. And so like I'm a living testimony. I'm telling you. To having 5 evictions to now having a credit score of almost 800. All right. We could be real about it. We could be real. Okay. So at the end of the day, we all got the message, okay? And I believe that we did. All right. Now before I let you guys go, is there a time that you rushed and you was like, God, this ain't it. I'm sorry. Can I take it back? Because I wanted those kids to go back up. Like as soon as Cass didn't want to come out anyway, but I wanted her to come right back. Like when she came out, I said, yeah, I'm about to go through it. Because Mala was already mad and she was looking at her like, who is this creature? I already knew it was going to be too much. So I was like, can she go back in? But no. So just wait, y'all. Just wait. And he's with you though. He's with you. Like he's there. And it's just amazing when you just wait and then you get it because it's your time. It's the right time. It's your time to shine. Everybody get a chance to shine. And we gotta allow people to take their time and chances to shine. Cheer on everybody, cheer on each other. We don't have to go against each other. Let's just cheer on each other. No, it ain't my time right now, but during my time is coming. And while I'm clapping for you, when my turn comes, you better clap for me. Okay? That's all we got to do. Just be there for one another. But all right. So I don't see anybody, typing in things. So just to go over, we talk about waiting. I did 10 scriptures on what waiting, 10 scriptures of the midst of waiting and, talking about waiting. I asked you guys what it means to wait and what your definition was of waiting. I told you mine. I gave you testimonies back to back of about waiting. And then quick reminders I gave you guys. Don't let nobody change who you are. I gave you a testimony about that. I gave you 6 reminders. Stay silent. The family you create is more important than the family that you come from. Don't worry about society pressure. It's better to have one friend than multiple people. Go for it. Don't give up. And you have to let it go. So I gave you guys 6 reminders. Okay. And that's it. And I just hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope that this touched anybody and then the people that's going to come back and watch it. I hope this touched you guys because I believe that I'm a firm believer. I'm a true believer. Testimonies back to back that waiting is peaceful. Waiting is needed. Waiting is necessary. Waiting is getting you prepared. Waiting, yes, long. Okay, I'm not going to go around it. It's long, but that don't mean that you're not where you need to be. Always think that way. Just always think that way because you never know where you at. I don't want you to ever get to the point where you about to give up and you don't even know that you right there at the finish line. You know, so yeah, waiting itself, the word waiting, it just sounds long, right? Like, ooh. Like so when somebody tell you, yeah, you got 2 years of jail, you about to pass out. 2 years. But unless somebody say you got 2 years of free rent, 2 years. So I guess waiting is just itself. It's whatever that you're going through express itself in waiting. So it could be so many ways. But I'm gonna let you guys go. You have a great night. You have a blessed night. Okay, y'all have a good weekend. I'm about to go ahead and watch a good little movie. My kids put their feet on my face and probably sleep or whatever. And I will see y'all next Friday. Okay. I love you all. I really, really do. I hope have a safe weekend. Praise God. Don't forget to read. Don't forget to write. Don't forget to manifest. Okay. Do not forget to watch what you say. Say what you mean. Okay. And y'all have a blessed night.